Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to another prophetic insight. I really got a good one for you today. As you can see the poster right there, Star of Bethlehem returns December the 10th through the 22nd of this year, 2020, or I would say the Jewish calendar, 5781 2021, but in our calendar this is 2020. So this coming December, we're going to have another encounter of the Star of Bethlehem, just like how it happened. It says back in 1623, according to the planet's space search on there, there was a closest conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter in 1623. 1623 was the closest one on that, and now we're going to have the same thing happen in December around there. So around there is going to be the closest time. So you can see right here you can see the two planets right here will be closing into each other. And there's some theology on there, as you know, that how the Star of Bethlehem happened. It was this huge star, and these wise men, the story about that, the wise men were searching the star to follow where the son of God would be, the savior of the world. As you know, Jesus, our savior, and that's where all that story comes from, the Christmas story, right? So interesting, very interesting on there. But all these events happening around this significant year of stuff happening, which is very incredible, I would say, on there. So there you have it, December of actually the 10th is where they're going to start, 10th, and then the 22nd, around there. So I'm going to keep this up for a second here, and so to give you more an idea what it looks like, see if I pull that up here. So you got these stars here, right? You got the Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and all this stuff happening here, alignment and stuff like that. So we will have a interesting situation that happens similar to like this. Very cool, right? Very cool. Very cool. I think it's very cool on there. So could that be, I would say, the second coming of Jesus or the rapture? It'd be kind of ironic, wouldn't it? I mean, like to have God was born December, or born around that time of the Star of Bethlehem, right? And then all of a sudden have him return at the same time, right? So this whole thing becomes even wackier than all, or crazier, more incredible, I would say, more incredible. I can't explain of how crazy the situation. But anyways, let me show you more stuff here, which is very interesting. Now here's a shot of what December the 18th of this year, again 2020, or 5781 2021 Jewish calendar, and I'm talking primarily the Western calendar, our calendar, December 12, December 21, which is December coming up, the 18th, and this is how close Saturn and Jupiter will be on the 18th. Now let's look at the 20th. So this is how it will look like on the 20th of December, coming very close. Now this goes to the 22nd, and I don't have a snapshot of the 22nd, but you get an idea. Again, here's a little snapshot of what we're talking about here. These two planets, Saturn and Jupiter. Saturn, Jupiter, right? And then there's the sun, right? So causing this big star, or they call it Star of David. I mean, sorry, Star of Bethlehem. Sorry. Yeah, it's just amazing. Incredible. Amazing. I know as we were talking, even before all this stuff, there's like a lot of crazy stuff with the peace treaty that happened in September, and then Rosh Hashanah, all this stuff, and now the possible of the rapture happening, the Antichrist, and all this stuff happening, and now you have this huge Star of David, Bethlehem. Sorry, that's coming about. Now, also, which is very interesting, and I'm gonna pull this up here, because back in 2016, now we had a similar occurrence that happened in 2016, but not quite. Not quite. What I'm saying not quite is almost, but not as close, but very close. They also call it possible of Star of Bethlehem that happened 2016. Now, very weird, interesting. I want to say, because back then, as you know, we were coming to another possible election, right? With Trump running, and it was Trump and Hillary running, right? It was Obama just about to end his administration. Now comes Trump into it. A lot of things happened, right? Prophetically, a lot of stuff happened, and then we had, sorry, a little bug coming right there, and then we had this happen right back in even the year before, on the 15th. We had this happen, right? Sorry, and then we had this happen, right? And that was around the time of in 2016, December the 23rd, and this happened in August, right? So that was a sign this thing happened, right? So we had that happen, and now we had this possible of Bethlehem happening, right? And then this is just a review, by the way. And then we had in 2017, we had, they call it the Great American Eclipse in August the 21st of 2016. I remember that. We had that big eclipse thing that happened. And then we had this happened during this time as well. Back in August 2017, we had the first RFD chipping party that occurred on the 9th day of August the 1st, 2016 in Wisconsin. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that happened. And then we had in June of 2017, where, hold on a second here, let's pull this one here. So I'm just going by history right now. So let's actually put this over here. So I'm doing a little history here. So 2016, we had that, right? the parting of Israel. And then 2017, we had the restore of Jerusalem, 7 years, 50 years in the two weaknesses, two mouth of weaknesses, every matter shall be confirmed in June the 4th, 2017. So it's the year of Jubilee, but also it's the restore of Jerusalem. Very interesting on there. Let me see if I can pull up these other ones here, because I think you guys can get a kick out of that one. See if I can do that. It allows me on there. So we had those two situation on that happened. By the way, I just want to pull this up here. Well, the Bible code for a second here, because this is another instance that is occurring during this time. Oh, did I screw up? This thing is always screwing up on me. Sorry about that. Okay, now going back to my slides here. Sorry about that. So interesting is that this one person, prophet, was shared of a interesting thing that was going to happen. Sorry, I disappeared there. That this one person, teacher, rabbi, had December the 21st of 2020 was the beginning of, they called the 1,260-day reign of the Antichrist. So very interesting. So this one person had a confirmation or dream or visitation or whatever you call it. Now this is some that he had of the rise of the Antichrist of December the 21st of 2020, which is also called as the whatever day. And then also that he stated that 1,260 days, or the 42 months, or the 3.5 years described of times, and a half of a time. So I don't know. I don't know if the Antichrist would be appointed there or what, but it's in that time of this Star of David thing, you know, that's going to happen around this time, around this whole time here. Very interesting. Now here's the Bible code. Now let's go with the Bible code for a second here, because I compare it with all these things with the Bible code and other things. Now the last one we were discussing regarding the Bible code, which was the other day, was the Jewish calendar 5721 2021, which is still in our calendar 2020, right? In the Western calendar, you had Elijah, you have Messiah, and then redeemed children of Messiah. Then you have Cyrus, right, which that represents Trump, because he's the one who's siding with Israel, right? So that's why he's called Cyrus. He's a person that's siding with Israel, or someone who's heads up or high up to support Israel, right? So we know that. So he represents, Trump represents Cyrus according to the Bible code. And then, you've got other words here, but I want to focus here on the Messiah, meaning the Antichrist, not the Messiah, for a second, just for the Antichrist, okay? Because according to here, this one other teacher, rabbi teacher, had unction about December the 21st of the rise of the Antichrist, meaning the beginning of it. So I thought it was kind of interesting, because as I stated back in September of Rosh Hashanah of a rabbi teacher or one of those higher up rabbis that said that they're having that the Messiah would appear, which is the Antichrist, right? Because Jesus didn't come back, it's the Antichrist. And so they were having secret meetings, but he wasn't revealed, but they're having meetings now. And it's very interesting because it just seems like now there's a lot of darkness happening. I don't know if you guys notice it, but I notice it. And just a lot of darkness. And so anyways, very interesting. So why am I saying that? I don't know. And then so they're having a secret meeting, hasn't been reviewed yet. And I mentioned that any time now could be the rapture because we have to be raptured before the Antichrist would reign in power or be visible or beyond the scenes. I'm not saying that he's not in the scenes right now, that he's not existed here. He is. He's, and there's some people saying or teachers, people are concerning that he could be like the AI system, the artificial system. I don't know. Could be, maybe. But I think it's a human. I think it's a man because the Antichrist is also known as like the son of the devil, right? Not the devil, but son of the devil kind of thing. So he's related, just like Jesus is the son of God, this is the son of the devil. So if you don't know about that, that's another story. Go ahead. So continuation on this. So this guy says that it'll be the beginning of his reign. So somewhere between that, the rapture has to happen. Anywhere from now to Halloween to November or what have you. Because I remember I mentioned also that this month, chess event, that it's a time of the flood and Noah's flood, right? It's also a time of the third temple around there. So that they're wanting to build that third temple. I mean, they've got the construction, everything. I think they got the heifer for that too and everything. So it's the time of the red heifer. Now, I don't know how it plays, all this stuff, but I'm just going by the figures of what's before me. So you got the Bible code saying this whole thing here, and you got this coming up, what this guy says, right? But you have the Star of David, which is bizarre. That's happening, right? So so there's a lot of significance thing. I mean, this is like very interesting of this whole thing happening here. So I got another slide here. Let's see if this relates. Okay, so yeah, this goes with this here, with the Antichrist. So I'm going to pull this up here, these two together. So you got December the 21st, December the 22nd, which would be the highlight of the Star of Bethlehem that come forth. You got the rise of the Antichrist during Noah's flood, because we're in the time of Chisvant, which talks about Noah's flood, right? Or judgment, And so this reign of the Antichrist will reign from this date, which is the 21st, according to what he says, and then going up till 2024. Very interesting. Very interesting. And I'm not going to say anything else on that, but you can play off of that, and we'll see. Very interesting. I'm just going to say it's very interesting on this whole thing, because you have the peace treaty too. So just keep that in mind too. All right. Now, this gets even weirder. I'm going to pull up this slide here. So these are the scriptures that pointed out of what's going on. The Revelation 12:26 about the woman fleeing into the wilderness, preparing for God, 1,000 to 2,000, 3 days, and then the Holy Center of foot 40 to 2 months, and there was speaking things of the 42 months or whatever, 40 and 2 months, and then Daniel says times and a half times of that. That's what this is referring to right here, right there. So now you got this slide here that confirms with that, which I just spoke about. But you've got this one here. Let me see if that one pulls up here. Okay, yeah, so you have the 42 months and the times of the year. So that's just confirming the scripture on that. Moving on. And so that's the final day right here, June 4th of 24, which would be the Hebrew calendar, the 27th month and the 22nd month of 5784. And so that's how long that he will run for the Antichrist. And it's the actual date of Genesis, the ending of the flood. Very interesting. So, like I said, this is getting pretty interesting of this whole thing happening. And how does it all play off? Very interesting on this whole thing. So you got this calendar that's popping up, right? And the Star of David, I'm going to put that up there. So this month, so we're going to have to look at this month and see what happens of this month. This supposedly, I'm going to have to clear these out. Sorry about that. So let's put these two together again. So this is how close, Saturn and Jupiter will be. And this is what's going to be on 20th, right? And then after that, it's going to be even closer. So very interesting. This is what's going to happen right there, as you can see. So what does that mean? Does that mean the Antichrist is going to rise? Is it a sign of the Antichrist being coming forth? Or does it mean, the Lord's coming, Or is it something else? Very interesting, right? Like I said, this thing is getting pretty interesting of this whole thing, which is incredible. So I'm going to put this up and something to think about on that. So is it the Star of David? Sorry, Bethlehem. I'm sorry, I keep saying Star of David because I have the the Jewish heritage side on my mind, and I have this happening. So I'm taking the secular calendar and the Jewish calendar and all this stuff happening. Right. By the way, in my other video, I mentioned that in Hanukkah they're going to have a total eclipse, another blood moon, which is very interesting as well. So around this whole time, it's going to be pretty wacky, folks. Very wacky on this stuff. So maybe this is all that. Maybe it's nothing. I don't know. But I think it's kind of weird. of this whole thing to happen on that. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to put this one up here so you guys can see the fall holidays of all happening here. Let's see if I can pull that up here. So yeah, so these significant, this kind of explains a little bit of kind of like what's on schedule, what's happening, with this whole thing on there with the atonement and all these different in Hanukkah and all these different things happening. That's why I'm getting Star of David. Sorry about that. Noah's flood. So these this whole month is coming even more interesting with all this stuff happening, folks. It's just amazing. Amazing of this crazy stuff that's happening. And wow, wow, very interesting. So, will the Messiah come or appear at the Temple Mount or someone else? We'll see. So, anyways, that's it. That's all I want to share about. I mainly wanted to share with you about this Star of Bethlehem and the two planets coming in line on there. So it could be something happening. Maybe not. I don't know. Very interesting though. I think it's pretty cool of this whole thing happening. But I thought I'd share with you guys. I'll let you know more stuff when it comes up. As it comes up, I will share with you with more insights, prophetic insights of all these things that are happening. God bless you guys.